this week I caked candy cakes because everyone likes candy. Really, I needed to narrow down what kind of candy I wanted to make because I like all candy. So me and the guys, Orhan and Cody, went candy hopping.
Why are we on the street at 9 a.m.?
We're gonna have candy for breakfast. I'm making a candy cake. This is research. Okay? Did you brush your teeth like extra hard?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. Of course we captured our adventure for you, and while we were on the hunt for candy, we ran into Orhan's dream girl. She was right there. Oh, there she is! Right here. Orhan, talk to your girlfriend.
She's waiting for me in the pool.
She's waiting for you in the pool. Jump in. Orhan, where are you? I love the way you edit. Where are you? I just want to know, are you guys enjoying going on these little adventures with me? Is there anything you want to see? Leave a comment below. Feel how heavy this bag is. There's a pineapple. Gummy bear I feel is too predictable. A unicorn. This is very how to cake it. I want to make something like classic. Pulls. I definitely think I have to do some kind of watermelon. Guaranteed. Okay. Guaranteed. Ooh, there's a girls' night out mix. I need to see what's in this. I think we need to keep looking. Orhan, be careful with the candy. Bay Street. This ought to be filled with candy. This is rock candy off a stick.
Yeah.
Where has this been my whole life? I want to do something red. I feel like most candy is red. How are you?
Good, you?
Good. What are you doing today?
I'm just with my friend.
Are you going shopping?
Yes. How am I interrupting? That's okay. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Have a great day. We're almost there. Here, first Canadian place. That's where we have to go. Because it's 100. I just wanted us to exercise before we eat candy. We will play the music. Wow. I'm thinking a Swedish berry, because I like them. And then like a classic old-fashioned candy. No, this is my jewelry. Don't break it. Now, Orhan, carry the bags and let's go. I want to have a pretty woman moment, okay? Okay. After seeing all those candies, I decided to go with 3 classic candies. I feel like these are timeless. I've decided to cake a gummy watermelon slice. I'm also gonna cake a Swedish berry and a classic peppermint swirl candy. Like the kind of candy you'd find in like your grandmother's candy bowl. Or like when you leave a restaurant. Let's start with the watermelon slice cake. For this cake, I baked a 10-inch round green cake and an 8-inch round pink cake. I dyed my batter and baked it in different pans depending on which candy it was for. If you want exact instructions on what I did, just click the link in the description below. Now that the caramelization is off of the sides, I need to cut a hole in the center of this green cake. So I'm going to lay a 7-inch round cake pan and cut around it. I want to cut this cake ring in half so I get like 2 half moons or 2 of the letter C. And then I'm going to stack 1/2 of that ring on top of the other. But didn't I cut the caramelization off my pink circle? I need to remove the caramelization from the pink cake as well, so I'm using the same 7-inch round pan upside down and cutting that away. There's no caramelization in candy, except caramels. I should have made a caramel. And then I also should have made like chewed up gum. Who wants to see a chewed up gum cake on this channel? Leave a comment below. That'd be a good Halloween one. Now, my pink cake should fit neatly into the green cake. See how it's becoming watermelon-y? I need to trim my pink cake flush with the straight edge of the green cake. Because the green part of this cake is in 2 layers, I want to cut my pink little semicircle into 2 layers as well, because we're just making 1 slice. I realized after I made these, I could have baked the pink cake lower too and doubled it up. I don't know why that didn't occur to me. Did I? I don't remember what it looks like. Didn't I? Do you have a picture? Yeah, I did ridges. Why isn't that written here? Tell me if there's ridges. I don't remember how I cut them, Orhan. Yeah, so I must have marked it with a ruler to see how I must know where.
You were trying. So Yolanda just forgot how she made the cakes. So
It's been a while.
She's cheating.
I feel like it's like I'm like in the movie Memento, but like with no meaning. Like once I make a cake, I don't know how I did it. You know what I mean?
So how did you make the ridges? Everyday life. How else are you gonna make it?
Yeah, but I didn't remember like how I measured it, and obviously there was a ruler involved. Okay. Yeah, I did. I used a ruler. I wanted to create the ridges in the rind of the watermelon slice. I used a ruler and I marked 5 sections. And then I used circle cutters, my set of circle cutters, and just found the right size for each indent and lined it up, you know, from the mark to the mark, and used a small serrated knife to cut out that indent.
Okay.
That's what happened. So now the watermelon slice is good. I'm happy with the shape of it. I'm gonna put that one aside and I'm gonna work on my peppermint swirl candy. It's like the after dinner mint.
Yeah.
Should I do that one last?
I think so.
Okay, yeah, it seems like it's right.
Final, yeah.
For my Swedish berry cake, I baked a 6-inch round cake and a 6-inch half sphere cake, both dyed red. I need to level and remove both these cakes and then place the dome on top of the 6-inch round. Now, Swedish berry is quite intricate. You don't really pay attention when you're just popping them in your mouth, but they're meant to kind of look like raspberries. So there's all these, and I thought, right before I started carving, I thought, why'd I pick this candy? I could have picked a Swedish fish. It would have been way easier. So what I thought I'd do is use a small circle cutter and kind of press it into the top of the dome and mark out that pattern. And now I need to start to carve.
That sounds really difficult.
It was so difficult. And I'm basically gonna try and cut out, how do I even say this? Like all the little curves, I wanna leave behind those circles and cut away all the cake that's in between them.
So you're cutting the negative
The negative space. I used a small serrated knife to remove the negative space from the cakes.
Oh my god, you're gonna cover this in fondant.
Yeah.
How are you gonna get fondant
Yeah.
into? Why are you doing that?
See what I'm saying? Why didn't I pick Swedish fish?
We went to so many candies.
Why didn't I just pick a plain cherry lollipop? I could have made a round cake, covered it, shoved a stick in. What's wrong with me? And it's time to move on to the dinner mint of all dinner mints, the peppermint swirl. For this cake, I baked 2 9-inch round cakes and I marbled plain vanilla with red vanilla. So, I mean, it won't be a perfect swirl on the inside, but still, it makes you think about peppermint. Now I need to round off the top edge of each one of these cakes with a small serrated knife. So essentially I'm making kind of like 2 halves of the candy. All of my cakes are shaped the way I want them. It is time to call in Sir Squeeze to help me simple syrup them all. Now that the simple syrup has soaked in, I want to fill and crumb coat all 3 cakes. I make sure to fill the inside of my watermelon slice with Italian meringue buttercream and then crumb coat the outside. For the Swedish berry, I do the same thing, filling the layers with Italian meringue buttercream and carefully crumb coating the entire Swedish berry, making sure to get into all the little nooks. That was fun. And last but not least, I fill and crumb coat my peppermint swirl candy, and then I place all of these cakes in the fridge to chill. Once the crumb coat is chilled, you guessed it, I ice them all and chill them again. That Swedish berry is not fun to ice. Right now, we are having a sweet summer sale and everything at howtocakeit.com is up to 40% off.
What summer sale?
Sweet? Oh, is it backward when I do that?
No, it was fine.
Oh, I was like, did I do this? Cheers! Summer sale. If you're interested, there's a link below. It's time to decorate these cakes with fondant. I'm going to begin with the watermelon slice, and the first thing I'm doing is rolling out some green fondant nice and thin to match the green rind of the cake. I want to make sure that my fondant is wide enough to go all the way around my cake, and then I drape it over very carefully. Now I smooth the fondant onto the cake and trim the excess away from the bottom, and I also have to trim away any green fondant that is lying on the pink center of the cake. Now I can roll out some pink fondant. You know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll it out, drape it over, and make sure I'm covering the pink center of the cake, and I'm going to cut away the excess with a sharp paring knife so that it meets the green fondant. And I'm also cutting away the excess at the base. Watermelon slices are coated in sugar. So to achieve this look, I'm going to lightly brush the entire surface of my cake with some clear piping gel. Yeah? Are you gonna hem and haw through it? Did you hear him hemming and hawing? I'm gonna brush it. And then I just used regular granulated sugar and pressed it up against the surface of the cake all the way around, and you can just dust off any of the excess. Okay, for my...
What did you brush on it?
Honestly, we need a Cody cam.
Why? What?
Well,
you hemmed
you did your
as if it was so interesting. You were like,
it.
oh, and then you were like, what did you brush on it?
Put sugar
Are
on
you
it?
looking at Jennifer Lawrence on your laptop right now?
No.
Yes, I can see.
He is.
So you brushed sugar.
Sugar. No, I didn't brush sugar. Guys, can you leave a comment below telling Orhan to pay attention, please?
Okay, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. It's like he heard 3 words. Brush, sugar, cake. That's what he heard. Swedish berry. Okay. Swedish berry. Okay.
You're not gonna be able to cover this problem.
I am.
I don't see how that's possible.
If I icing it is harder than covering it. So the main key with the Swedish berry is I want to roll my red fondant as thin as possible. Then I drape it over, and right away I want to use my fingertips to sort of push it into all the little crevices and valleys because we want to highlight that texture. We didn't do all that work for nothing. So we want to make sure that we can still see it through the fondant. The thicker your fondant is, the more you'll sort of lose that shape. Once the cake is covered, I trim away the excess fondant, and now I'm going to use a ball tool really gently just to enhance all of those indents. So I'm just going to carefully roll that ball tool, run that ball tool along all of these sort of lines and indents around the cake. This will really enhance it. And now, pay close attention, Orhan. I'm also going to brush this cake in clear piping gel. You want to make sure the piping gel isn't too thick, so if you need to dilute it a bit with water, that would be great. And then just brush the entire surface. The Swedish berries are, well, they're a bit shinier than watermelon slices. Now my Swedish berry is done. On to the peppermint swirl. It's like any meal, we have to finish with the peppermint swirl, right? The first thing I need to do for my peppermint swirl is cover the whole cake in white fondant. Smooth it all around and trim away the excess. If we ate the peppermint swirl first, we wouldn't even be able to taste the watermelon and the Swedish berry.
Evening would be over.
It's true. And you don't really chew them, right? You just let them dilute in your mouth. It's the longest candy. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. You can click the icon right here and make sure to hit the notification bell so you know when I've baked a new cake. I need to create the red swirls on the peppermint swirl candy. And for this, I'm going to roll out some red fondant, nice and thin, just as big as my candy. I created a template, of course, for my red swirls, and now I'm gonna cut one of those swirls out of the template with an X-Acto knife. And then I'm going to use that piece and lay it on my red fondant and cut it out over and over again. Now I can flip all my swirls over, brush them with a little bit of clear piping gel. Here I go, brushing with clear piping gel again. And lay my swirls onto the cake. We just want to make sure that the swirls meet in the center. So mark the center of the cake, lay on a swirl, wrap it around, tuck it under, and then keep going all the way around. So it looks like a consistent sort of pinwheel pattern.
How do they do this in real life?
I don't know, I want to go to a candy shop. I think they have the white and they have the red, and then they twist it and then it gets cut.
Yeah, something like that.
I've never done it. But if I had to make it entirely out of fondant, that's how I'd do it. If you guys were gonna cake your favorite candy, which one would you cake? Leave a comment below and let me know. And more importantly, I hope you try to cake it. It's just about being creative and trying something new, like trying to make a Swedish berry, even though you know it's difficult. But you still try. I think I have to eat the Swedish berry. I feel like I put the most work into this one. Thanks for watching. I can't wait to see you guys again next Tuesday. And in the meantime, make sure to check out our step-by-step compilation, Amazing Unicorn Cakes. Oh, Amazing Unicorn Cakes. Remember we saw those unicorn candies?
Yeah. We shot them, right, Candy?
I only use that name late at night, Fridays and Saturdays.